Today is Friday, July 1st, 2022. Happy birthday, Canada. You're 155 years old. We're alongside NS's Harrisburg Line at Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania. It's going to be a hot day today in the 90s. Fortunately, I found this nice shady tree west of the grade crossing at Woodrow Avenue here. We're parked near a favorite eatery for train watchers, Jimmy G's Sports Bar, Railroad House. Gonna catch some action on the NS Harrisburg Line today, and I'm hoping that the East Penn Railway Reading turn will be running today. He'll be going into Reading, and then later on he'll be coming back, and I intend to chase him down to Reinhold if he's running. I just hope that he is. Gonna spend several days out here rail fanning some interesting railroad action in the Reading area. At 10:01 a.m. that westbound intermodal was 23M en route from E-Rail, New Jersey to Chicago, loaded with a lot of colorful marine containers. 10:25 at the Woodrow Avenue crossing in Sinking Spring. Approaching is one of the hottest trains on Norfolk Southern through here. From what I heard on the radio, it sounded like 211. He's from Croxton, New Jersey to Atlanta, Georgia. And as we look at Jimmy G's Railroad House Bar across the tracks here, that train 211 again is from Croxton to Atlanta. It was a very PSR train, precision scheduled railroading. We'll be bypassing downtown Harrisburg and heading south towards Hagerstown and former Southern Railway trackage. Locomotives on that train were an AC-44C6M, an SD-70 ACC, and an SD-70 ACE. That westbound train I identified as 23M before from Elizabethport to Chicago was actually 25V, as in Victor. That runs from Elizabethport, but to Landers Yard in Chicago. That's the old nickel plate yard. At 11 o'clock. Trailing was a nice bonus, an ES-44AC from the Kansas City Southern, soon to be CPKC. That might have been the 18N. Yes, that train was 18N. That runs out of Conway Yard, Pittsburgh to Doremus Avenue in Newark. It had a large cut of auto racks on the back. Thanks to precision scheduled railroading, that's no longer a solid auto rack train. That was just a fragment of the huge remainder of the train. And here comes 20R at 11:14. Landers Yard, Chicago to Elizabethport, New Jersey. precision scheduled railroading train if there ever was one. The train was loaded with all kinds of colorful marine containers on it. And you can see that Norfolk Southern is a big intermodal player. In fact, it's the second biggest intermodal Class 1 out there behind BNSF. But supposedly, NS's intermodal ratio over their other traffic is higher than that of BNSF. And we move further west on the NS Harrisburg line. We're at the old Wernersville station, which was built in 1881 on the old Philadelphia and Reading Railroad at that time, which later became the Reading Company Lebanon Valley branch. Now, today it's the, well, it used to be the Conrail Harrisburg Line. Now it's the Norfolk Southern Harrisburg Line. The station has been restored. And the platform and station canopy is still standing here. Used to have a roof at one time, but that was taken out about 20 years ago. It's a great train watching spot on the Norfolk Southern Harrisburg line. Lots of ancient structures around the tracks here. This building here used to have a big sign on the side of the building where the white is, big letters, W-E-R-T-Z. Used to be a garden supply store. They've done everything from selling garden supplies to ice cream and multi-purpose building. For a while they were a storage company, but doesn't seem like there's anything going on here today. How would you like that piece of real estate? Yeah, it's a little after 12. It's about 91 degrees here, hot. But it sounds like from the Harrisburg East Dispatcher that the NS Harrisburg line will be hot too. I hear a number of trains being called out on the radio. Yeah, we got a westbound at Wernersville at 12:17. That huge train with the DPU is 39G and ran from Abrams Yard near Philadelphia to Conway. You had a load of steel slabs on the front. In years past, that was just a separate solid train, but this is precision scheduled railroading. Well, just west of the depot here in Wernersville is this pizzeria, which used to be the old freight house. It was once a gift shop. For the longest time, it's been a pizzeria. I've eaten in it several times, and you can sit, enjoy your pizza, pasta, hero, whatever, and look out the window and watch the trains. This Wernersville station isn't as old as I made it out to be. It was actually constructed in 1926 and completed in 1927. Last passenger train to stop here was in 1963. Although the last passenger train to go through here was the Queen of the Valley in 1967. That ran from Jersey City, New Jersey to Harrisburg. That train was terminated when the Aldine plan went into effect. That took all the trains out of the Jersey City terminal. Now we got a westbound at Wernersville at 12:34. Should have some interesting power on it. Well, I thought that might have been 23Z from Croxton to Harrisburg. I was told it has a KCS unit trailing, but that was a real hot train. That was 21M from Croxton to Chicago. Carries a lot of hot traffic, UPS, FedEx, Prime, Intermodal. Only 2 engines today, though. Got another westbound at Wernersville at 12:46. A lot of trains out there. in the wrong place at the wrong time. That westbound manifest blanked out on number 2 track. Actually, number 1 track, 23Z, Croxton to Harrisburg. Second unit was a Southern Bell painted KCS unit. Damn it. That manifest freight that I saw that blocked the 23Z had a very strange symbol for a manifest. 201. That's an intermodal symbol. That used to be a Rutherford to Memphis intermodal train. Now it runs out of Allentown to the Memphis area. It's very strange looking intermodal. Precision scheduled railroading has really twisted things up awfully. Yeah, I know a lot of people who don't think very much of Norfolk Southern these days with their PTC troubles, their operational practices. Supposedly the other day, a Norfolk Southern train was dragging an end-of-train device down the track. Plus, their motor power variety isn't quite as good as it used to be. But, you know, I'm out here, so this is the only railroad I can find today. Another westbound 102. It's been busy. Eastbound at 114. There should be 294 from Chicago to E-Rail. can see a headlight reflecting off of this train here. What is this? Interesting power on this. Light engine move, a couple of GP38-2s, a Slug, and a GP59E. Now that's the kind of power I like to see, instead of all this boring NS AC44C6Ms. Those are former -9s, yet they get rid of the SD70M-2s to have all this GE junk running around. Then we move further west on the Harrisburg Line at a popular train watching spot, Richland, Pennsylvania. Good trackside access. And west of the crossing is a nice shady bluff where the tracks enter a cut going west. Here we got a westbound at 235. This could be the 25Z. Interesting horn on them. Z en route from E-Rail, Elizabethport, New Jersey to Chicago, behind two more of those ubiquitous AC44C6Ms. And that fellow was standing where I was standing before. I decided to get back into the car, put the AC on, and get a cold bottle of water out of my cooler in the trunk. If you'll take note there, looks like a storm might be coming. There are a lot of bad storms in this area right now. There's one south of here, east of Lancaster, going through New Holland, Honeybrook. Pop-up severe storms. And you can see the cumulonimbus buildup over there. I can hear thunder also. Looking to the west, that looks nasty. I moved east of the railroad crossing in Richland. That's probably the most photographed house in the entire state of Pennsylvania by rail fans. Since my last visit here in 2019, that house got a nice coat of red paint on those bricks. Looks good. And here comes the rain. I wouldn't recommend sitting under that tree, young fella. And that kid is still sitting under that tree. This storm is like a lot of storms we get on Long Island. They predict thunderstorms and we get nothing, just rain. That's all this is. Got an eastbound NS train coming at 3:35 p.m. Hoping to see the 19G today. He runs from Oak Island to Enola. He has the Interstate Heritage Unit trailing. Here he comes. NS Power today has been pretty boring. Same old generic stuff. But a train is a train. Train was, but he was loaded with domestic containers. Personally, I love intermodal trains. They're fast and very colorful with those containers. He had a lot of primes, a lot of JB Hunts. Well, I'm heading back towards Sinking Spring and going right into the Fury again. Whoa, boy. Oh, we're back at Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania once again. Looks a lot different than it was this morning when it was sunny and dry, and it's still raining. My goodness. You can see Woodrow Avenue is soaked to the bone here, if streets have bones. Well, this should be 19G at 4:30 p.m. Oak Island to Enola. Well, I got distracted there for a minute, but that westbound was 67E. That's a crude oil empty heading back to the Midwest. Came out of Eddystone, Pennsylvania. Trailing was a BNSF unit. And that eastbound that I saw at Richland, the intermodal was the second section of 294, Chicago to E-Rail. And trailing, you had a Union Pacific ES44AC. So the foreign power is making appearances today. Okay, the puddle on Woodrow Avenue is dissipated quite a bit. Got a westbound coming at 450. I believe this is the 19G, Oak Island to Enola. And trailing should be the Interstate Heritage Unit. I've never seen that engine before. train. I've seen a lot of different heritage units here. 518, this should be 20K. More GE junk. one there.
Yeah, there we go.
Just a small cut. Okay, at 5:20, that was 20K. A hot shot from Chicago to Croxton. All right, we got a special guest here tonight. We're at Jimmy G's Trackside Restaurant in Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania, which is just great. I've been coming here for years. We got Joe Stroppel and Captain Joey here. So they're going to chase the 2102. We're all going to chase the 2102 tomorrow. So I'm going to sit down and have some food, spirits, and hopefully some good train watching. All right, unexpected pleasure. Well, we knew you were coming out here this weekend, but I didn't know you were going to have any problems getting a hotel room.
Yeah, well,
just hurry up and get to age 21, okay?
Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
All right. Hey there. We're here at the Jimmy G's Railroad House in Sinking Spring, and I'm having my favorite spirits of the day. Keeps my arteries clean, keeps my cholesterol down. And the trains, I don't have to look for them, they look for me, because they're right outside the window there. So, hope you enjoy this video. Detached to cut of cars from the front unit. Front unit 5265 is a former Conrail GP38-2. The conductor who works this job is pretty buff friendly. While H31 works at an industry to the east. Coming east on track number 1 is an NS train at 5:48. going east, the conductor yelled out, "Penn Central sucks."
Look at that.
That GP38-2 is working hard climbing that grade.
Tell me about it.
He made his drop off and he's going to come back out on the main line. And he'll couple up to his front engine and head west. Meanwhile, our food is getting cold in the restaurant. Westbound at 6:40. At 6:47, that was Norfolk Southern Train 11N, empty auto rack between Doremus Avenue, Newark, New Jersey, and Sterling Heights, Michigan, powered by the Monongahela Railroad Heritage Unit, pulling every auto rack car that was empty east of here, it seemed. And at 7:56, approaching westbound is 65K, ethanol empties out of Seawarren, New Jersey for Chicago. Looks like he's got a BNSF engine in there. Monstrous train. All the power was on the point. Leader was an SD70 ACU, and there were a couple of BNSF units. The first one was an SD70 ACE, and the second BNSF was an ET44 AC. Time is 8:13. We got an eastbound 20V, Harrisburg to Bethlehem. I would imagine this is not a terribly long train, but the way NS grows the intermodal business, you never know. Spectator has a little wooden train whistle in the background.
Yes!
solid block for Bethlehem Intermodal Terminal. I didn't think it would be very long, and it wasn't.